2 o'clock. Free time on the funny farm, everybody. And I suggest you spend it with me. It'll do you more good than watching the soaps. More good than the Tuesday afternoon sing-along. More good than the chair caning class. Chair caning? Where did they think of that one? We're mentally ill, not blind. Hey, do you ever think about how you got crazy? Or do you just imagine the little gears inside your brain suddenly jump the track? I think about it a lot. That's one thing about being in this place. You get some time to think. And I'll tell you something. I believe that being crazy may be the final and perfect expression of what we've been trained for all our lives. Think of it this way. What is the one thing we say the most? Right. I'm sorry. Whatever it is, whoever's upset, it's something for you to apologize for. You drank the last Pepsi, or the dog peed on the rug, or your husband lost his keys, or your kid didn't get invited to somebody else's party, or it rained, or it didn't, and you feel as though you ought to say, I'm sorry. And what's everybody say when we're upset? It's all in your head. If they hurt your feelings, you're too sensitive. It's all in your head. If they make you mad, they didn't mean anything. It's all in your head. If you get scared, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's all in your head. And the backaches, and night sweats, and stomach, and skin problems that didn't ring the right bells on the medical testing machines, well, they're in your head too. And so we're crazy. And everything bothers us. It's a sickness just like any other sickness, Mrs. Barnes. There's nothing to be ashamed of. That's the social worker, who has, of course, read every single humiliating detail of why we need to be here. The hospital's just a little timeout. Sure, why not? I put my kids on timeout sometimes. When they're bad. I tell them it's for their own good. You put a bad kid in a room and you say, you have to stay here until you can behave yourself. And you shut the door. But somewhere, there's a bad little girl who isn't afraid of being left alone in that dark room. She'd just sit there. And when her husband came in, well, that's no good. Little girls don't have husbands, do they? Woe be to the one who does not emerge out of that closed room remorseful. Who will not say, I'm sorry, when they finally let her out. They've got the evidence. Buckets of tears, meals not cooked, kids not cared for. Evidence. Evidence. Varnish worn off the floor after non-sleeping, pacing nights. Sorry. I'm sorry. Love, honor, obey, and be sorry. You want to know why they sent me here? Because I stopped being sorry and started getting, well, it was clear I wasn't myself. A woman in her right mind doesn't scream like a banshee at the drop of a hat, or break all the dishes in the kitchen cabinets, or cut off all the cords of the household appliances. My husband was annoyed, of course, but he worries about me. He wants me to get well. And the staff here is very encouraging. First day I was here, I was sitting on my bed watching my sad-looking feet hang down. When the nurse with a big, round, smiley face came in with the lunch tray. She told me how I was going to be back on my feet in no time. I knew what she meant. You're going to be cooking and cleaning and jumping to meet everybody's whim and demand before you've even caught your breath. The moment your insurance runs out, you're gone. After I threw the custard from the lunch tray in her face, I learned about a new version of timeout. The quiet one. Nothing in it but a mattress on the floor. While I was locked up in there, I thought about what I had done. It wasn't nice. So I wrote sorry on the wall. When the doctor came to see me, he told me how a lot of women these days were angry about their roles. He kept on talking, of course, but I didn't listen. I was thinking about the quiet room, only it was different. It wasn't that bare room with the mattress on the floor that I was thinking about. It was a little girl's room, all frilly, blue and white. A little girl is being sent to her room for being bad. She's not allowed out until she's sorry. They close the door. And as soon as they're gone, she hops off the bed and crouches low so she can see under it. She lifts up the blue organdy ruffle that her mommy and daddy got her because she's their special little girl, and hauls out a big old axe. She runs her finger over the blade carefully just to make sure it's sharp. And smash! There go all the nice storybooks and the little dollhouse with its little tiny furniture, and smash! She chops down that closed door and bursts out free. And she tells everyone, I am not sorry! Not one bit. 3 hours just about up, isn't it?